You're watching 48 Fastcast.
All right, y'all, 7:01. Thanks for joining us for the 48 Fastcast today. Starting out with some clouds and some rain in areas.
Yeah, if you need to get your umbrella or your raincoat, it might be a good idea before you head out the door.
For sure. Go ahead and have those ready because some areas are already starting to see some heavy downpours early this morning. Look at the shoals. We've got a good deal of fog around that area. And honestly, it's going to be a warm and steamy day for a lot of us with those rain chances. It's 77 so far for the shoals, but rain chances will start to kick in for a great deal of our areas closer to the late morning. Moving into your afternoon and evening, we'll continue to see some of those high-end rain chances. But right now, we are noticing a slow-moving cluster of rain with a couple of straggling clusters along the way as well. Heavy downpours are expected at different periods of the day. So if you have not head out the door just this morning and you see rain in your backyard, you might want to keep that umbrella nearby. We're expecting to see some drier conditions closer to the mid-morning hours. And as we get around noon, moving into 2, 3 o'clock, we'll continue to see those chances push up into most of our communities, leaving most of us with some wet conditions and a wet commute home as well.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
All right, a live look at Henryville right now in the northbound lanes of 431. We're starting to see a slowdown that's kind of picked up in the last few minutes. So just be aware there. Taking you now to another area where we're seeing a pretty slow stretch. So this is on Jordan Lane there in Harvest, right near Old Railroad Bed Road. So just be aware of that. The southbound lanes are severely slowed down there. A live look at the Huntsville Metro now, just to kind of give you an idea of what our major roads are looking like. For the most part, we're okay. In Decatur, the bridge starting to pick up traffic wise. Your drive times are still looking good though. Decatur to Huntsville and Huntsville to Decatur about 21 minutes.
Breaking news this morning, Madison firefighters are working to figure out what started a hotel fire earlier today. Now, that fire happened at the Madison Inn and Suites on Madison Boulevard just after 3 a.m. We're told the fire began in the kitchen of the hotel. No one was hurt, but the people who were staying at the hotel will now need to look for new places to stay. The Huntsville Police have released the names of the 2 people who died in Sunday's murder-suicide. The bodies of Gregory Clemens and Natasha Jones were found at a home on Keenan Road near the Sparkman Drive and Memorial Parkway intersection. Huntsville Police tell us they believe Clemens stabbed Jones to death before shooting himself. Police say the 2 were in a relationship.
Well, Huntsville Public Works Director Chris McNeese is back on the job after surviving a crash that killed his co-worker last month. That wreck happened on Highway 231. Public Works employee Hank Hornbuckle, who was a passenger in the truck McNeese was driving, was killed in the wreck. New Hope City Councilman and fellow Public Works employee Donnie Dowdy was badly injured. It's not known if he has returned to work.
A third person is accusing a Madison County religious leader of manipulation and deceit. Michael McDougal is currently in jail on a human trafficking charge. Huntsville Police tell us McDougal, who runs a Christian charity, would offer to help vulnerable people get back on their feet. Authorities believe McDougal would use that offer to extort sexual favors from people. He was arrested last month after multiple complaints were made. He's expected to be in court on August 26.
The case against a man who's accused of leading authorities on a multi-state chase is heading toward a trial. A grand jury has indicted John Griffin on numerous charges, including attempted murder. Griffin was arrested last year after a lengthy police pursuit that started in Tishomingo County in Mississippi. The Colbert County Sheriff's Office says he shot at deputies during that chase. We're told he stopped in Layton before shooting at authorities once again. Deputies returned fire, injuring him. He is also charged with assault and attempting to elude.
The trial of a man charged with attempted kidnapping in Marshall County is scheduled to continue later this morning. Christopher Gamel is accused of trying to kidnap a woman at gunpoint in Arab earlier this year. Arab police tell us Gamel went up to the woman who was jogging and ordered her to get into his car at gunpoint. Now, she was able to get away. At the time of his arrest, Gamel was out on bond on sexual assault charges in Coleman County.
Still to come, Labubus are getting more and more popular and scammers are taking advantage of that. What signs you need to look out for ahead? Well, Labubus are growing in popularity and scammers are taking advantage.
Yeah, the Better Business Bureau has received several reports of scammers trying to sell knockoff versions of these toys. Some have called them Lafufus. Customers have also reported going on a website that they thought was legitimate to purchase an authentic Labubu toy. Only later did they realize they bought a fake one. There have also been reports of people buying a Labubu online and then never receiving it. Karen Reeves with the Better Business Bureau tells us that someone recently bought 6 of these dolls, which ended up being in really poor quality. She says you should be suspicious if you see a Labubu for a really low price on a website.
So one of the situations was someone on TikTok advertising being an authentic retailer for Labubus, and so the person went to the site, made the purchase for their daughter's birthday, was waiting on the product to arrive. They go back and check the status. The website's completely gone.
Now, she says the best way to make sure you're buying a real Labubu is by buying it directly from Pop Mart. That's the company that manufactures the toy.
Now, your first alert weather forecast with Jada Russell.
We're expecting a decent amount of rain from now into your Thursday afternoon and evening, about 2 or so inches here in Huntsville, A-Rab at 1.5, and then we're seeing about 1/4 or so for other outskirt areas that aren't going to be hit as heavy with some rain chances. However, most of us will see rain by tomorrow afternoon and evening, and it'll leave us feeling rather oppressive for the next couple of days across our communities. We're going to continue to see humidity playing into our weekend, and as we start to get into the weekend as well, there's high pressure sitting over the valley. It'll cause for some warm weather. Now, for those that have playground intentions for the day, the early morning hours will be fine. It's just when we get closer to those afternoon times that we could see some thunderstorms possibly. For the next couple of days, we'll see rain chances throughout the back half of the work week, but we warm up for your Saturday and Sunday, and that's what we're going to continue to see moving into the weekend. Just some warm ups, and also noting that we could see some heat advisories, as though it's going to get quite warm this weekend. Heat index is expected to be around 104 or so it's going to be hot.
Oh, wow. I know for a while a lot of us were looking for more rain, and it seems like we're finally getting that in the forecast.
Finally, and I'm so glad to give it to you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jada. Thank you. And thank you so much for watching us here on the Fastcast. Make sure to tune back in for news at noon with Gina and Dana. See you then.